we're all broken. We're all broken together, but through God, we can help each other heal. Hi, my name is Jamie. I attend the DeKalb campus. I've been attending here since September of 2023. In 2020, my dad had severe COVID, went through a whole bunch of testing throughout the years because he kept getting more and more sick. In 2023, the doctors finally found out that he had non-alcoholic cirrhosis of the liver. They said there's nothing more that we can do for him. Your best option is just to take him home, get him in hospice, make him comfortable. So that's what we did. I actually ended up quitting my job to become a full-time caretaker for my dad. Growing up, him and I always butted heads. We are the same personality, two different bodies, and just didn't get along. But I knew with my dad being very sick, there was not much time left, and I needed to have the time with him that I lost. So I quit my job, cared for my dad, watched him decline, was actually there when he took his last breath. And in that moment, I thank God for ending the suffering, because it was bad. He was suffering. After my dad's death, I really felt the weight of grief, especially battling depression. So I really felt just my life going into a dark place. I started Googling grief support, grief counselors, and grief share kept popping up. The further I looked in, the more programs that I saw Christ Community offered. As I'm looking through, Tuesday nights it popped up, Care Night. So I looked in, what is Care Night? And so what I saw on the website is Care Night was to support people that need extra support in anything in life, not just grief. But then I saw that they had addiction counseling, they had marital support, they had stronghold releases, they had all of these programs. But for me, something kept drawing me back to that grief share program. Oh my gosh, when I first walked through the doors of Christ Community, it was September 12th, it was my birthday that I walked through for my very first grief share session. I am not a social creature, so coming into a group of people really had me nervous. And I was going through all these emotions fresh into my grief journey. And so I was petrified, but I continued forward. And I'm so glad that I continued to walk through that door, because I met so many wonderful people that just kept encouraging me and didn't make me feel like I was any different than the person right next door. So my Care Night leader, she kept inviting me to come to church, and I kept pushing it off. Like, church is not my thing. I'm good with the relationship that I have, or that I thought I had. So I showed up to church on a Sunday morning, 9 o'clock. I walked through the auditorium doors, sat down, and the message spoke directly to me. It was as if God was going through Pastor Jim and speaking directly to me. So I was very, very thankful and grateful that I was invited to church. And in that moment, I surrendered my life to Christ. Care Night really gives you the tools to use what God wants you to do in life and to navigate life through Him. I definitely encourage you to walk through that door. That first step, it's hard, but it won't be your last.